Just 5 days later, the playoffs started, and for Southgate, it was a chance for revenge from the '87 season. In the first round of the playoffs that year, Southgate was at Reseda and was leading, but a last-minute touchdown by the Regents sent the Rams home losers. Not only that, but the Reseda coaches kept referring to Southgate as a Pop Warner team. It was Thanksgiving Eve, and the table was set for the first round of the city playoffs, and the Rams were ready to feast. But on the opening kickoff, Chris Cates took Gonzalez's kick at the 10 and ran for daylight.
At the 10-yard line, it's Cates. Cates to the 15, cuts back to the near sideline and has a couple of blocks, and Cates has some room, and Cates is gone! Cates will not be touched by a single Ram, and it's 6-0 Reseda already. Lightning has struck at Hurd Field, and Dan, it was made because the outside contained man held his ground, but he was handled by two Regents, and the Rams got pinched inside, and oh my goodness, the Regents out quick.
To make matters worse, Reseda faked the extra point and threw for a two-point conversion to make it 8-0. But the Rams were not about to lay down, not on their own field. He came right back with Ivan Wilson.
58 toss, and it's Wilson firing through. One man to beat, and Wilson is finally dragged down at the 29-yard line. And Ivan Wilson is out of the gate quick tonight, Dan, and when he gets this way, he can get 150 yards and a couple of touchdowns before you blink.
With the Regents looking for Ivan, Eddie Insidious went across the middle to Pelayo on third down.
Insidious with good protection turns and throws to Pelayo, who's got it. And Pelayo is dropped at the 7-yard line, and Art Pelayo just drifting so leisurely through the zone. And Eddie Insidious, to his credit, Dan, he's been criticized for the way he throws. He stepped right up and lofted it right inside in the seam, right over the linebackers, right under the secondary. What a nice toss by Insidious.
Then on 4th and 1, Cordray had Insidious go to Pelayo again, surprising everybody with a pass.
And they go to Pelayo again, and Pelayo at the 1-yard line. And talk about rolling the dice on 4th and 1. Down 8-0 at home in the first round of the playoffs. And Cordray, who threw 4 passes all last year, throws one here. You know, that's why he's so good, Dan. Even you and I have been watching the Rams week in and week out for 2 years, and even we don't know what he's going to do.
Cordray, well, we know what he's going to do. You just don't know what order it's coming in. We know what the plays are, but it just depends what he's going to throw.
On the next play, Wilson skipped in untouched from the 2, and it was 8-6.
For him, and he knows he just got to hold the ball this time.
Pelayo with 3 catches, and that's the biggest one so far. In motion is Valentino Hanks. They go off tackle to Ivan Wilson from the 2, and he scores standing up, and now it's 8-6. And the Rams a very big 90-yard drive.
Things seemed to be getting back to normal, but Reseda came right back, going to Joey Tushnet on a screen that Villa got a piece of. Tushnet took it all the way to the 20. 2 plays later, Andre Jackson kept it on the option and scampered 17 yards to make it 16-6, and the Rams were stunned.
No, it's a fake, and Jackson keeps it on the option and scores. And it was a great fake because they had me looking into the line too, Dan. Unbelievable, a great fake to the fullback Reynoso, and Jackson snuck around the end before anybody woke up.
The Rams failed to move the ball on their next possession, and Reseda added a 22-yard Tushnet field goal to make it 19-6 at halftime. And for the Rams, it wasn't a pretty picture. Southgate went back to the drawing board in the second half. It would be power football, and that meant Ivan Wilson around the outside.
Yeah, it is going to be up to the defense. Here's Ivan Wilson, who straight arms a man and tries to get to the corner and does for 15 big yards and is finally driven out into the Reseda bench.
And when Reseda started concentrating on Ivan, the Rams came with a trap to Danny Villa, who sidestepped a man at the line of scrimmage, then another, then broke a tackle and was finally caught at the 31-yard line.
Makes a couple of great moves, and he's off to the races. To the 35, to the 30-yard line.
Southgate's biggest halftime change was putting cornerback Carlos Martinez at quarterback. His fake and run from 7 yards out brought Southgate back to 1913.
Martinez keeps himself, and Martinez scores for the Rams. And that is a huge touchdown for the Rams, and it all goes back.
The Ram defense began to play as a unit in the second half as Tushnet found the going getting tough.
But they go right up the middle. It's Tushnet, hit once, spins away, hit again, and 8 Rams finish him off way back at the 12, but they'll mark him forward progress to the 17-yard line. And Tushnet getting up very slow, and now back to the deck. He'll take a standing 8 count, wobbling on his feet.
But Southgate needed the ball back and a touchdown, and time was short. Hugo Roman helped the Ram cause by sacking Jackson for a 12-yard loss, and the Regents were in a hole.
And here comes the Rams. They try and set up the screen, but it's Hugo Roman dragging Jackson down at the 19.
Southgate got the ball back with 11 minutes left and needed a touchdown to win. On 1st and 20 after a penalty, Martinez turned and gave it to Wilson, who plowed and powered his way for 10 big yards. Southgate came back to Danny Villa in the trap 2 plays later, and the 5'7" senior got a Ram first down.
And 5. On the trap to Villa, and Villa's got the first down and more to the 24-yard line, and Southgate picks up another first down on the clock at 8:04. Southgate down 6.
On 2nd down at the 20, Martinez faked to Wilson, then followed him up the middle for 7 yards to the 13. Then Cordray sensed the time was right. He saw a soft spot on the right side of the line and called for the option.
Down for Southgate. Danny Villa in motion, the fake. It's Carlos Martinez again, the late pitch dive, and Wilson is in! Touchdown Southgate! What a gutsy pitch by Carlos Martinez. We're tied at 19.
Well, one thing that makes the option work so well is you've got to have a quarterback who's willing to run this play. You got to have a guy who's willing to let that defensive end almost tackle him before he pitches it. And Carlos Martinez has just run this perfectly. I said last.
Carlos Martinez had made the big play, and the game was tied, but it would be up to Aldo Gonzalez to put the Rams ahead.
Gonzalez to make it 20-19. The snap plays down, the kick is up. It's good! And the Rams lead 20-19 with 6:25 to go. And it goes back to the Southgate defense.
Like so many other nights at Herd Field, this game was up to the defense now, and they were ready.
And it comes Cates on the reverse, but Carlos Martinez smells it out. And Luis Gallegos finished him off.
2 plays later, Reseda looked to throw, but all they saw was Steve Martinez.
Jackson back to throw again on 1st down. Good protection, but here comes Steve Martinez. Martinez chases him down at the 29. And Steve Martinez got through 2 guys to get to him.
On 3rd and long, the Regents tried a screen, but Victor Serta made the biggest hit of the night.
Jackson back on 3rd 28. They set up the screen, Tushnet, and Villa turns him back inside, and tripped up and flips by Victor Serta at the 20-yard line, and this place is on fire. Well, a complete flip, and how ironic, because Tushnet was actually running the wrong way.
And Gonzalez, Coach Cordray called it.
All right, 21 seconds in the ball game. The lock at halftime, Cordray told the kids, you hold them and we're going to win 20-19. And it's 20-19. We're going to win this ball game. Excuse me, 21 seconds.
He's got to cheer up or something. Back to you.
It would be all Reseda could handle as Southgate came back to win 20-19 and advance to the 2nd round and keep the dream alive.